Guys, welcome back to the stream. Hope everybody is doing well today. We are currently in Daytona Beach International, and you guys are looking at the X-Craft's ERJ-145, another plane that we bought with the money that we earned from the stream. So once again, I want to thank everybody who's helped support us. Donations, subscriptions, everything got us these two new airplanes. This actually came in a pack with another one, the ERJ-145 XR, but I think as far as I can tell, the only difference is the XR has winglets. And I'm flying the regular 145 today because we have a Delta livery. You know how I am about Delta stuff. One of the good things about this plane, and there are a few, is that it looks really good. Like good level of detail. The cockpit looks good. The sounds are also really good, but there are also some really awful things that you will see later. In fact, I have not completed a flight in this airplane, and one of the main reasons is this monstrosity down here. When I first got it, I'm like, oh great, it's got the default FMC, that's perfect because I don't mind using it. Obviously, I've got a few other planes that use it as well, but it's not. It pops out, it looks like the default FMC, but you can't actually put your flight plan in with this FMC. So you'll see, it was super frustrating. It took me a long time to figure that out. So we'll go ahead and get our ground power connected. Come down here, little tab menu, ground power. Move before flight. I've already disconnected. We'll go ahead and open the cargo hatch in the back there. Another weird thing about the ERJ, which is specific to Embraer, is that turn the batteries on. Sounds also really good in this plane.
Okay.
In fact, I'm going to turn up the interior sound a smidge. Dismiss this. So one of the weird things is that if the switches are black, that means that it's on. So right now the GPU, I believe that means it's available. So that would be, I don't know about there. So we'll turn the avionics on.
We'll find the 494, my frequency.
Nav lights on.
37.
Double check that those are on, and they are. Still a little early, so we'll turn the logo light on as well. No smoking. Seatbelts we don't need just yet, and we'll go ahead and arm the emergency lights. Dutch, baby, how are you doing, brother? It is the X-Craft's ERJ-145. It's a tube, technically. I mean, it's about as pencil-y as you can get. I got a payout from Twitch, and I used that money. It went straight into my PayPal, and I found out that you can buy airplanes from the org store with PayPal, so that's what we did. ERJ, I got it on Saturday. This will be the first complete flight that I've done with it. I have not finished one. And as I was saying, there's two reasons. Number one is the FMS is just an absolute piece of trash, which you'll see in a second. But the other thing is, there's like a few hidden memes which are kind of annoying. I would prefer that just like a replica of the airplane, like this. So you got on the circuit board up here, there's credits for the guys that helped develop the plane. AC/DC for your comms. If you click it, it plays music. It plays AC/DC music, which I'm not going to go too far into because I don't want to get copyrighted. Well, you got to stream, bud. Like, look at this. May the force be with you. Calling anyone surely in the cockpit is not allowed. I mean, I have a sense of humor, but I don't want that in an airplane. And this is a thing that I was super pissed. So you come back here, it says, did you eat your vegetables today? You open this, there's a button inside. Do not press this button. Seriously, there's no way back. Don't. It turns the airplane into a freaking carrot, and you can't switch it back. So we'll just leave that where it's at. Not funny. Didn't like it. Because it took me forever to get the FMS set up, and when I finally got in the air, I was like looking around, you know, looking for other bullshit like that, and I pressed that button, and I couldn't get it switched back, so I just rage quit. So no carrots today, guys. So the first thing that we will do, we'll start with this, which is my arch nemesis in this airplane. Actually, let's go get the ATIS first.
Kilo Delta Alpha Bravo Airport Information Delta 0753 Zulu Weather Wind 227 at 3 Visibility 10 Sky Condition Few clouds at 20,000 Temperature 25 Dew point 125. Altimeter 3009. Advise on initial contact, you have information. Delta.
Thanks.
255,
Delta, always Delta. And yeah, it did say don't
Kilo.
press it, there's no going back, but come on, a fucking carrot? Like, it just turns the whole fuselage into a carrot. And in fact, when you're in the cockpit, you can see some of it, like, clipping through the window. Like, I was super pissed. So I have no idea how we're going to do on landing, because I've never had chance to try. Alright, so we got Delta, winds 227 at 3, so we'll do runway 25 right. Buddy, how about a transponder code today?
Reports of some turbulence right in that vicinity. It doesn't last very long, and no one's changing levels, so there's nothing significant. All right, thank you.
And altimeter is what, 3009. But I think I've got my bitching out of my system. I do like the plane overall. It feels good to fly, hand fly. It's responsive, but it also feels like it has weight. 2001, your birthday. You got it, buddy.
80432, your contact Goose 119.5.
2001 on the transponder. That's there on standby. Let's go to ground. The Deutschworks gave us our clearance delivery and transponder code today, so we'll go ground, which is 121.9. And tower is 120.7. Actually, I don't wish you were born in 2001. I actually find like kids under the age of 25 to be insufferable. No offense if you're out there under the age of 25, but you're a dick. Alright, so number one, here's where it gets really screwy. Actually, we'll go back to MCD index. The first thing that you do, which I wouldn't normally do with a regular MC or FMC, is performance stuff. So I'm gonna pull up our flight plan over here. First, we got. Your little dude is awesome because he hides your keys. That's a troll move. I like trolls. Passengers, we got 50 passengers today. So 50. Zero out the payload so we can figure out our zero fuel weight. Fuel total, block fuel for today. So, for someone who can't see the Twitch chat right now, Deutsch just said his own son is a shitbag. I sound a little bitter, dude. They're just car keys. Block fuel, 6,200 pounds. Total weight.
As you make the turn on the Charlie, just sequence behind him.
44,927 minus what we got? 33,958. So we need a payload of 10,965. That's a lot. I'm going to treat that as a zero fuel weight. So let's go 39,050 minus what we got? 33,958. So we need 5,092 pounds. 592 pounds. Right there. There we go. Current trim is 1. Flaps required for takeoff at flaps 9. Trim, we'll go ahead and trim that up.
Trim.
Found him hiding and drinking the Coke.
403, give way to the company Embraer, number 2 off the right side.
He nicked your Coke and some of your tools, ran into the house. And see? Alright, why don't you're making me like him even more.
Alright, thank you. Apron is 122.27.
Very good.
Cruise speeds, we're going up to 34,000, I believe. Flight level 340. Well, it wasn't your dog. You need to get one of those children's leashes. Cruise altitude 34,000. Final cruise altitude and initial. Cruise wind, top of climb, winds 020.
That is 934. We're actually queuing the right side. We'll sequence behind you at the intersection. Thanks, that's 934.
3 knots, okay. Wait, did you let your dog out or the person whose car you were detailing? Because if it was your dog, I'd be a little bit more concerned. Also, if you got a beverage or a coffee, let's have a simultaneous sip. Oh, yeah, see, it's your dog, that sucks. That is a little shit thing to do. Predicted landing weight is another interesting thing. So it's saying here 42,027.
Information with altimeter 3020, taxi Bravo Charlie.
Wait, that's even less than our 0 fuel. Yeah, we'll see that.
Bravo Charlie
with fuel. So we get your VREF here already. So we're done with the performance. Now here's where it gets super stupid. Normally what I would do, this is basically worthless right now. We'll use that to flip through our plan to make sure that everything is okay. Let me clear this out too. TCAS, airport waypoint, VOR, NDB zoo. Do you let your dog out? You set a bad example. So anyway, normally what I would do is put the route in, put your departure and arrival airports, then put the route in, but here you have to put your departure SIDS, and then your arrival and stars in, and then your route. Then you can't use this. So our departure airport, we're in Daytona International, so KDAB, Kilo, Delta, Alpha Bravo.
Alright, behind route.
Select runway 25 right. And we don't have a SID. There's no SID or transition, just a route, so I'm going to leave that there, and hopefully it's going to be okay. And there's also going to be no arrival into Key West. Well, I've started streaming a little bit earlier, so I think McFaddy's not awake yet, Finn's usually working, and, you know, I think normally I was catching people on the East Coast as they were waking up, or people that were on the West Coast who still haven't been to sleep, and now there's just no one. So arrival is going to be Key West, airport, Kilo Echo Yankee Whiskey.
Taxi via Bravo, hold short of Delta.
And our, let's look at the weather real quick. Nah, you're stuck with me, buddy. Winds 120 at 7 knots. So we'll do runway 09. And we'll do... No, there was an NDB for this. We'll just do the regular 09. Oh, I'm assuming... See, this doesn't even tell you what it is. I know that there's no ILS. So I'm guessing the regular... the R would mean RNAV 09.
Turn 73
select
ground,
that.
runway 24 information whiskey, altimeter 3015.
And then we got to go back here. We'll do the route, add route waypoints.
From your right on Charlie, taxi via Charlie, sorry, 35.
Here's where it gets all sketchy to me. Actually, shit, I think you're supposed to initialize this first. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Waypoints, Smyrna. Yankee. Smyrna. Yeah, there you go.
2702, you're going to see traffic off your left side, 1900, he gets with you, tower 1835.
To Volca, Victor Alpha, Lima, Kilo, Alpha. Sheds. Sierra, Hotel, Echo, Delta, Sierra. Papa Hotel Kilo. The other interesting thing about this plane, which I don't really mind so much, I think it's kind of fun actually, is that there's no auto throttle. There's one hidden.
Delta,
Are you serious?
Pressure 245 common ground, Delta Echo, hold short Sierra.
Did I just clear the whole route?
Delta Echo.
See, this is what I'm talking about. This is some bullshit here. You missing it or what? You're gonna forget how, dude. Smyra SM. One more time from the top.
Can 704 behind United, continue via Charlie.
Charlie, I can't shut off one. Ground, good morning, over 4067. Delta 4 going to Bravo 7.
Over 4067, ground Delta, Echo, hold short Sierra.
What do you mean it's not
Delta
found?
Echo, hold
Oh
short
my
Sierra,
god.
4067.
This FMS is literally the worst. Alright, we'll leave it off. So you can edit the plan on here. So I guess it's not letting you put in... Maybe I have to switch that to like... If they fix anything or change anything with this plane, it would be to just let me use the plain old FMS. Because that works perfectly fine. This is a piece of shit.
Westjet 245.
When you get it in the air, it's fine. Everything works well and it sounds good. But man, this is so dumb. The TBM, 100% on that. I also got the Coronado Premier 1. I really enjoy that. It sounds good. It flies good. Obviously, I'm a huge fan of the 320. If I wasn't flying this, I'd probably be flying the 320 today.
Back right lane from.
So we'll skip PHK. We'll go Duval. Oh no, I need shed still.
Ground confirmed, that was the right side for Air Canada 704.
Yes, please, the west lane. Thank you. Over.
Carnu.
Ground, good morning, Delta 1279, joining Mike for 3.
Delta 1279, ground taxi.
Alright, so that's roughly the route we want. MCDU, initialize. That should have popped up on this page and it did not. Let's try that again.
Ground, Delta 2171 is going around 5.
Delta 2171, ground.
Oh, I have to initialize it first. Man, see, this is the bullshit I'm talking about.
4171.
One more time. Departure. KDAV, yes. Select runway. Runway 25 right. I mean, maybe I'll get used to it, but this is such a pain in the ass, dude. Arrival, Key West.
Ground Delta
Select runway
2212, 1
09.
south with Romeo.
Delta 2212 on the ground runway.
RNAV,
9 left
09.
at Mike 2. Taxi via Lima 1.
Lima,
Fifth
Lima
time
1
with
for
the
9 left
route.
to Mike 2, Delta 2212.
It's still in there, so we'll go back. Initialize one more time. How do I get the route over there? Let's just try to put it in over here.
Ground Delta 1146, joining Mike for into 4.
1146, ground quickly into 4.
Quickly into 4 for Delta 1146.
Delta 4 today 1. Give with the inbound MD80 as well.
We'll give it an 80 as well, Delta 14.
Yeah, that's not working. So,
That's Fair Wings 241, we're on the Victor, look for 4 north. Victor 241, ground taxi Victor, and then Foxtrot to the ramp. Victor Foxtrot to the ramp, Fair Wings 241.
I gotta press execute in here somewhere.
Brickyard 4744, Monitor Tower 119.1. 119.1, Brickyard 4744.
Townsend Crude 5, sorry, 821, we're Bravo 1 for April 2.
Chickadee 21 Grand, good morning, taxi cross Bravo 8 2. Taxi cross Bravo 8 2, Secret 8 to it.
So, I mean, how's this supposed to get over to the other side? I do not remember. Alright, so that looks like it's doing something. It's gonna go legs. Yes, it looks like it works.
Taxi Oscar,
Was it worth it? I don't know.
3, hold short.
Oscar Alpha Bravo Tower Short, Jazz 139.
Step through here. But it's missing one waypoint, so how do I insert a waypoint here? Let's go after sheds. I need Papa Hotel. Like I said, the rest of the plane is fine. It's just like the FMS process is just an unmitigated mess, and I don't know why, what they were thinking when they did this. It's really dumb. So let's go Papa Hotel Kilo.
Code 1.
See if this screws up the whole plan.
Encore 3251, Edmonton clearance, speedy steered back is current altimeter 3030.
How do you insert one?
Good morning, it's Wested 8975, Alpha Bravo 2 for gate 12. Wested 8975, ground, good morning, taxi Bravo Victor, the open air discretion. Bravo Victor 8 for no discretion, Wested 8975.
You know what? I'm not gonna mess with it. It's a, you know, there's no discontinuities, and I'm just gonna screw it up some more. I need to watch some tutorials and figure out if there's a better way to handle this thing. It makes me not want to even fly it, which sucks, because like hand flying it is a lot of fun and it feels really good, but man, get your shit together. Alright, put it on the performance page usually for takeoff, because when you get the FADEC system on, you can press the takeoff configuration, and it'll show you what you've got here. Let's say TO or TO alternate, depending on what that is. We need to get this on FMS, which you do by here. There you go. Purple, magenta line. That's good. Our altitude.
Security 22 ground under runway 20, the altimeter 3030, taxi Bravo November, contact tower 118.3 equals short. 30 Bravo November
250 on the speed, and there's no auto throttle. There is one that's hidden. I think if you click this little screw, it will turn the auto throttle on, but I actually kind of prefer to do it myself. The FADEC will help us. It'll be fine. We'll do initial vertical speed of 2,500. And heading for runway 25 right is 251 degrees.
And 163, good morning, taxi Bravo Alpha Oscar, the near discussion. Bravo Alpha Oscar, Canada 163.
Go down heading mode for now. Vertical speed will do, and I think we are set up. Get my range going. I think we're about ready to start the
Airco 147
APU, so we'll go switch the pumps over here to 2B, pump power on, electrical systems to auto, turn the packs on. These need to all be in the off position, I believe, for now. Stabilizer trim can come on. Close the door back here, get the stereo light on, do not disturb.
If you're left and safe, just past Romeo. Affirmative, we have it. Airco 147. Airco 147, thanks. Follow Air Canada.
So this little yellow square stops flashing on the APU status. Click and hold for 5 seconds. There we go. rate, 96%. Let's see what it sounds like outside the plane. Quiet.
April 7569 Alpha Lima.
April 7569 Alpha Lima, lane 8. Just hold in sequence behind the Embraer.
Okay,
Embraer.
lane 8, we're holding sequence behind company April 7569.
Alright, so turn this off. I believe APU gen is on now, so let's disconnect the GPU and make sure that the power doesn't die. Oh yeah, baby, we'll go ahead and close the door up. Get rid of our static elements. And we can start the engine. So go ahead and get the beacon going.
Virgin 7360 Delta,
Fasten
get back in
seatbelts.
lane 9 and hold the beam your gate. We just pushed off of it.
Lane 9, hold away.
Make sure we just do engine number 2 for the start. We got ignitions on auto, I believe. Get this in the run position for 1 second. I need to turn the packs off.
Say that one more time. Air Canada 402, we're ready to fly. Canada 402, hold short
Engine
of
number
Alpha
2 is
Kilo.
on and stable.
Canada 402.
Thinking about set the cabin altitude at 34,000. Close this guy and go ahead and start engine number 1.
Say that one more time. Air Canada 402, we're ready to fly. Canada 402, hold short of Alpha Kilo. Say Canada 402. Actually, 402, hold it Alpha Kilo.
Alright, both the engines are on. Close this cover. Get the packs back on. Leads can come on and we'll kill the APU.
Canada 103, give way to a company Airbus behind you. Push tail east, disconnect at 5 Delta.
Yeah, see Airbus there, tail east, 5 Delta disconnect. Air Canada 103.
Thanks.
Alright, guys. Surprisingly, we've made it this far. Go ahead and do a little flight control check. The Embraer yokes are pretty interesting, eh? I believe to arm the speed brake, it just needs to be pulled all the way forward, so I think that's armed. Double check here and take off. Alternate takeoff, we got plenty of room.
Canada 163.
And the ECAS system is clear, so we're good.
Airbus at Alpha Kilo and hold short of Alpha Juliet for runway 5. Okay, we'll give way to
I actually kind of like it. I bet it would feel, I mean, it'd probably feel weird, but it looks like a bicycle handle, right? Let's see, taxi lights, I believe, are over here. Oh yeah, baby. Plane looks really good though. And a lot of details and stuff. I just wish that FMC was not a piece of shit. We basically gonna turn around here.
That 321, push straight back to the
Set our
circle.
flaps too while we're thinking about it.
321. Apron, Air Canada 1107, gate 135, ready to push and start. Air Canada 107, Toronto Apron, good day. Stand by on the gate sequencing. I'll call you back at just a moment. Standing by, Air Canada 1107.
Go down to taxiway November.
Roger, step 315, ready for taxi.
Georgian 7315, lane 10, hold short of Delta Romeo.
Lane 10, hold short, Delta Romeo, George, step 315.
Apron Bluetooth 3, Hotel 11, Alpha 140.
Excellent.
Bluetooth 3, push tail.
I mean, come on, that's a good looking plane, right?
Blue 97, set to.
Hey, Blue 97, just hold, there'll be a few moments.
Jack 97.
Here's us. Should take us down to the end of 25 right. Get out of here. God, the flight's gonna probably be shorter than like how long it took me to set up the FMS.
Blue 23, set to.
Check left.
Blue 23, hold the beam, Hotel 7.
Blue Hotel 7, Blue 23.
Gas 531, taxi. Gas 531, lane 6, hold foot of Alpha Kilo. Lane 6, Alpha Kilo, gas 531. And 1107, I haven't forgotten about you just another moment. Roger, Air Canada 1107. Just 321, 30 effect. Just 321, lane 6, hold foot of Alpha Kilo. Lane 6, short Alpha Kilo, just 321.
Alright, parking brake on, we'll switch our transponder to TRA.
Way to Q400, left to right, push lane 6, tail east. Lane 6, tail east, moving way Q400.
Switch over to tower. And departure control is 125.8 for us. Get the external lights on. Strobes. Double check seatbelts are on. I think we're good to go. Probably. Windshield heat, we we're thinking of it. We got her all lit up now.
Gas 133, hold for November ready.
Still nothing on the ECAS, I think we're good to go.
Tower line up runway 20 at November. You will be number 2 for departure. Going to depart our stuff
So we can basically just go full throttle. The FADEC will keep us at the proper N1, N2, the thrust settings for our trip here, and then once we get past, I guess, 4,000 feet, we'll switch to climb. So we'll just do a rolling start. We're already at 44% on N1. KDAB, see ya.
358, Sun Bravo, sure, 0.
Air Canada 358 in power. Line up runway 20.
Line up way 0, Canada 358.
You do get callouts too. There's a V1, VR, and V2. Don't know about landing, never got that far.
V1, rotate. V2,
884 on the tower line up on weight runway 20.
Only on 20, let's have 884.
Westjet 884, contact departure 133.65 airborne, wind 27.
Turn off the nose line now, the gear are out.
Departure in there, clear takeoff 20.
Start trimming here.
20.
To control the throttle settings, because there's no auto throttle, so I need to make sure that I keep it below 250, because as soon as you go above 250 just by 1 knot, under 10,000 feet, it starts honking at you. Go ahead and switch it over to nav now, and just follow the flight directors. And we'll switch it to climb. So click the climb on the FADEC for the thrust settings, and it shows up here on the FMS.
Departure bonus, Westjet 2594, leaving 1,800, cleared up to 5,000.
Switch it over to departure.
Bravo Charlie Oscar, turn off heading 080 and descend 4,000.
Left turn 080, descend 4,000, Bravo Charlie Oscar.
Actually, so what we'll do now for climb, if it hits speed, that should pitch us down here on the flight director to maintain an attitude that'll keep us at or around 250 knots. You'll see in just a second.
Air 1623, heading 040.
Heading 040, we're 1620.
Should probably use VS until we get to 10,000 feet.
With you with Kido, reducing altitude.
Georgia 7408, arrival, descend 10,000, runway 23.
10,000, runway 23.
Westjet 2755, descend 4,000.
4,000, Westjet 2755.
Sunwing 611, turn left heading 330.
Go ahead and turn the autopilot on, see how this handles it. There's 10,000, so what we'll do, turn off the external lights for 1.
742, turn right 10 degrees.
Right 10 degrees, 9support.
And we'll go into speed mode, bring the speed up to 280 knots. And then we'll go full throttle.
Georgia 7408, contact arrival 124.47.
12447, 1040.
And watch it pitch up once it gets to 280 knots. Do it.
Brickyard 3553, are you visual with the field? Roger, 170 knots to NOAA, contact tower there, 118.35.
There we go. Vertical speed. We're at 5,000 feet a minute now. It's coming down. Seeing it's like a little rocket ship, though. Finn Barr, how you doing, Dave? Good to see ya.
Sunwing 611, advise field in sight. There will be parallel traffic joining off your right-hand side for the north tower. Roger, one more trip. Endure to 7246, descend 8,000. 8,000 feet, descend 7246.
Already coming up on 18,000. Jeez. So when you get to the top of cruise, which is about as far as I've made before I turn it into a carrot, if you don't reduce your power settings, it just porpoises the plane trying to control like the, I forgot to set our elapsed time. Trying to keep altitude and keep the speed that you've got in the
Sunwing 611,
MCP.
left heading 270 intercept, cleared visual approach, runway 24 right. 270 intercept, clear visual approach, 24 right, runway 611, here.
Off to Chester for fish and chips. That sounds pretty good.
Right 360 down to 6,000, so 9 up 14.
Cape Canaveral right here, guys. There's where the space shuttle used to land. Off till Friday. Why aren't you flying, buddy? We're doing on cabin pressure here. Oh, we're doing good.
Alpha Juliet, Chairman, acceleration 210, intercept, 3,000, approach 23.
Heading 210, intercept ILS 23, approach 23.
Yeah, that's why it's a rocket ship, man. We're already at 27,000 feet. That's no joke. With 50 passengers. That's what I spent most of the first part of the video complaining about. It does have a custom FMC, but it uses the default. However, you can't use the default FMC to put in the flight plan, which is what makes it incredibly frustrating. You have to put in your flight plan on the other side, and everything is super counterintuitive. It probably took me 20 minutes to set it up, and I couldn't even get all the waypoints that I wanted to in there. So maybe there's a plugin or something that you can download to let you use the default FMC or something, but I'm really unhappy with this. The rest of the plane is okay. It looks good, it sounds pretty good, and it handles pretty well, but I hate the FMC. Hope I said that forcefully enough. See what the Doppler sounds are like. Not too bad. I've heard worse. I mean, technically it works. It doesn't work in a way that I want it to. Although, alternatively, I mean, I'm sure there's probably some decent tutorials out there, and there's probably some tips and tricks that I haven't figured out. I just don't know why they would implement such a counterintuitive FMC when the default works perfectly fine. The plane looks great, though. So, it's got that going for it. There's also some pretty decent wing flex.
Arrival, descend 9,000, runway 24 right, altimeter 3018. Runway 24 right down at 9,000, altimeter 3018, here, spinning 540.
What is our caution for? There's nothing on ECAS.
Runway 611, speed 170 knots.
Still with the throttles firewalled at climb power, still getting 2,000 feet a minute, which is pretty insane considering how many passengers we got on board. Coming up on our cruise altitude, so when we get about 500 feet, I need to start slowing it down. Actually, let's switch it to speed mode here to Mach. Oh, we're at 0.79 and climbing. Holy shit, that's super fast.
Air Canada 973, left heading 270, intercept, clear ILS approach 24 right, and speed 170 knots. 270 to join, we're cleared ILS approach 24
Set
right.
cruise power.
Flowing to 170, Air Canada 973.
Roll this to 0.77, which we had in the flight plan.
Charlie Foxtrot Delta November Alpha arrival, descend 10,000, runway 23.
But as I said, there is a hidden auto throttle. If you click this top left screw, it'll turn the auto throttle on, but we're not going to use that today because that's cheating.
Question 2755, turn left
Should be
heading
pretty good right there.
descend 3,000.
Hey, 360 down 3,000, west at 2755.
Also not sure if a top of descent is going to show up here because it is technically using the default FMS, so we'll figure out when we need to start descending. Within the RNAV 09, we need to be at now by 1500, so 50 miles there. So 80 at Carnu, and we're at 34,000. So we need about 90 miles. So 10 miles from Duval, we will start our descent. There you go. Easy.
Maple 7545, reduce speed 220.
Also, you missed this little story, Finn, if you're still out there. Hang on a second, let me see if I can get a center frequency. Here we go, Miami Center. One of the things I don't like about the plane is all the meme bullshit, like on the door here, may the force be with you. I think it'd be better if it was just replica stuff, but the back here, which is well modeled, does look good. I'm just gonna turn. Oh, I'll check the progress page. But right here, there's like a little cubby that I found when I was snooping around during a flight. It says, "Did you eat your vegetables today?" And if you open it, there is a button inside. Aims load.
High down to 6,000, 2972, Air Canada 823. 823, Roger.
And though it admittedly says they misspelled seriously, do not press this button. Seriously, there's no way back. Of course, I pressed it, and it turns your airplane into a carrot. Like the external, the whole fuselage just becomes a carrot. And I couldn't switch it back, so I quit. Look at the PBR, like the reflections and everything, it looks so good. Why would I want this to be an effing carrot? Look at the reflections on the windscreen. That's ace. Alright, let's check our progress page.
Here comes a 462, go ahead. Then 462, you are identified, cleared right top, rest of route unchanged.
Yeah, there's nothing there. How about,
Rest
descent?
of route unchanged. 462, Roger.
Cruise. Yeah, there's not a lot of information here. It's alright, we gotta figure it out.
411, level 160. What is your 411, Roger?
Ground speed 454 knots, and we're not even maxed at our cruise power. I'll probably take it up a bit. I don't know what the top speed for this is supposed to be. Although I guess fortunately for us, I'm so used to using the default FMS or the FMC that I've you know, I'm pretty decent at calculating a top of descent.
Center number 6260, level 330.
Last line on the progress page, there was nothing else on there.
And shouldn't be anything worse than occasional.
Literally just says the last waypoint, the current waypoint, and the next one after that.
Lindbergh 6260, go direct Miglo on course.
No pages.
Direct Nigolo, number 6260. Center, hello, Canada 448 with you, 20.3, climb 230.
Hey, Canada 448, good day, climb level 270, shouldn't be anything.
Actually, this says target speed 0.80, so let's go up
Yeah,
to 0.80.
dispatch mentioned that 250 and below is smooth, so request a flight level 250 for Canada 448.
Canada 448, we're clear for level 250.
Flight level 250, Canada 448.
I'm not sure what X-Craft's plans are for this airplane, but I would be very pleased if they just allowed you to use the default FMS with maybe the performance aspect from this one. Like I said, the sounds are good, and it looks really good. Like, all the texture work is really amazing, I think. The external model is fantastic. I'm just not a huge fan of this FMS. Yeah, that was. I didn't fortunately buy the ERJ family. I just got the 145, which I think is the biggest one that they had.
Flight level 320.
And it was $49, and it does come with two planes, but I think the only difference is that one has winglet. So for all intents and purposes, it's basically one.
Flare 210, contact center 134.9, good day.
349 for Flare 210, so long.
Yeah, it does look good. Actually, if we land, I'm excited to see the replay. There is good wing flex. Hope it would be nice if we got a little bit of chop so you can see that, because that was kind of impressive too. I was telling Deutsch, I'm torn about this airplane, because on one hand it feels really good to fly and it sounds really good, but the FMS has made it, I don't know. I don't know how often I would go to this airplane. You know what I mean? I also like the fact that there's no auto throttle and it requires a little bit more participation on your part to operate it. That's all good, but yeah. Get rid of the meme stuff and I don't know, just give me the regular old FMS, please. Deutsch said he doesn't like the yoke. I personally think it's kind of interesting. It's unique. I would like to feel what it's like in real life.
Good morning, Jazz 33 checking in with you at 200.
Jazz 33, good morning.
Center Struck 9402 is at descent.
Struck 9402, roger.
Ram horns or bicycle handles? Ram horn sounds a little bit better. Lake Okeechobee down there. Enjoy them while you can. But those aren't common in other Embraer planes, just the ERJ family, right? I mean, I'm trying to think of other Embraer airplanes that I've flown. They seem to have regular yokes. Did the Concorde have these too? Did not know that. Also, the lighting looks pretty good in here when you have the lights low. Maybe after we land, I'll fast forward or rewind time so we can see what that looks like. PFD's brightened up.
Center Struck 9402, we got field visual, you can't say I
83 miles, so we're about, what did I say, 70 miles from top of descent. We'll go ahead and roll in.
Surveillance service terminates with me, cleared on route
15
call me on the
hundo.
closeout, company traffic to follow, currently 50 miles from trail.
Okay, we check full close view on the ground, cleared on route Struck 9402.
And we'll get the weather in Key West while we're thinking about it.
Good day, Jazz 221 is with you, level 250.
Jazz 221, center getting.
Key West International winds 120 at 8 knots. No clouds reported, temperature 28, dew point 24, precipitation none, and altimeter 3005.
Encore 3211, center, good day.
Do you guys get, like, if someone reads the altimeter in inches in mercury, do you understand that, or is it, you have to do some conversions in your head? Also get approach control 120 Key West.
Yeah, no problem.
Approach control 124.450. Crash it might do. I've never, like I said, I've never landed this, because the one time that I actually got a flight plan set up and we're flying it, we accidentally turned it into a carrot in a range plane. So we're all landing together for the first time. Could be fun. Or uneventful, I don't know. The only thing that I know is that standard barometric pressure Inches of mercury is 2992, and for you guys it's 1013.25, I believe. Is it annoying if you buy planes and the altimeter only comes in one setting? Is that common, or I bet 9 times out of 10 you could probably switch that.
Delta 2247.
Also, you never realize how much of Florida is just uninhabitable swampland until you actually fly over it. That's pretty crazy.
Delta 2247.
Actually, well, we got about 40 miles to go. Let's have a look back here. See how everything else looks. I think the back they did a pretty good job modeling everything back here too. See, this kind of stuff, emergency procedure. In the event of evacuations, points will be awarded according to style and execution. Doesn't do anything for me.
Westjet 204, that's a good day, contact level 280.
280, Westjet 204.
Can you open the blinds? No. See if you can open the lavatory. Negative. Some more memes. The parachute can be found below your seat. This is what happens if you find a stranger in the Alps. Please send me a message if you get this reference. I don't care. Miles. Look at all this swamp, man. Seriously, that's what I'm talking about. Just alligators and snakes for days. The highway. So, also, I've never gotten to landing before, so there are takeoff callouts. I wonder what you get on arrival. And again, I'm not entirely sure how to arm the ground spoilers.
Chinook 9852, you've reached the Confirmation Airport for an approach. Crossing restriction at move is still in effect.
Could I expect that? We could probably cancel the IFR actually, that might be helpful.
Chinook 9852, roger, okay, check your canceling IFR. Company traffic now on a, what looks like a 9
All the texture work looks really good. Like, look at this stuff down here. Great job, guys.
Between you and the field. Surveillance service terminates with me. You're cleared on route frequencies at this time, and you can call me on the ground to close out.
Okay, check cancels then, we'll call you on the ground for Chinook 9852.
Sierra Whiskey Uniform, you cleared out of controlled airspace in the vicinity of Blackville Beach. 25 nautical mile minimum safe altitude, 4,400.
Current control there, stay full sail on this road, 34,400, full sail, yes, going down.
Sierra with uniform marker, I checked your marks, no radar for gas between you and the field, but I am still determined for the time, so I don't think we keep shipping.
Check those readings.
You basically see from one end of the southern tip of Florida now to the other, and it's all swamp. It's crazy.
Jazz 381 ready to send 10,000, the altimeter 2979.
2979 down to 10,000, Austin Jazz 383.
Delta 2247 contact center 134.9, good day.
All right, 10 miles for us.
Delta 2247, good day.
Washjet 204, contact center 134.9, good day.
349, Washjet 204, take care.
Jazz 221, contact center 124.85, good day.
2485, Jazz 221, yeah.
Gonna start slowing her down a bit here.
Center Chinook 9402 on the ground at Compton.
Check 9402, roger, Blue Flight 1, good day.
Taxi.
Encore 3211, when ready to send 10,000, image altimeter 2979er for spacing, best forward speed in the descent.
We'll go vertical speed 2,000.
Your best speed, descent on course, Q211.
2,000 until 10,000 feet, then we'll slow it down to 1,000. Speed under control here. I have no idea what I'm doing with this airplane. Just winging it.
Encore 4066,
No
center,
pun
good day. Your research to Firebag Airport, by a present position, direct Lexon, direct to Fort McMurray VOR, direct Dabley, direct.
Man, it's, I have mixed feelings. You missed me complaining a lot, because it's really all the FMC. I hate the FMC, because it doesn't let you use the default, which I'm familiar with. You have to use primarily the left one, which is some sort of custom monstrosity, but I like the way that it looks, and it sounds good, and it flies quite well when you're hand flying. It feels really good. But I wish there was some sort of plug-in or something that allowed you to just use the default FMC. If they would fix that, I would be much more happy with the airplane. It looks great though. Like, check this out. Let me go external here. It sounds really good too. The PBR is amazing. Like, look at the reflection on the window. That is awesome. All the texture work is top notch, and it sounds really good. Oh, she's appropriate for Tuesday. Oh, I should probably do a half bank there. Jeez.
Cessna 182, Foxtrot Sierra India Hotel, I'm go ahead.
Yeah, Foxtrot Sierra India Hotel. I'm 10 to the north of Lac La Biche at 4,000 feet on a VFR flight from Lac La Biche to Cree Lake. Just going through the north end of the base, looking for flight following through the South Oil Sands area.
Foxtrot Sierra India Hotel, roger, okay, I checked the remarks. Currently you are below radar coverage. Are you staying at what altitude as you continue northbound?
Sierra India Hotel, we're looking for 5,000 through.
Okay, Sierra India Hotel, roger, I checked the remarks. I'll keep watching for you there. I'll let you know when I pick you up again, and I'll have flight following for you at that time. I currently have no IFR traffic in the South Sands for you to pass.
Sierra India Hotel, roger that, thank you.
Jazz 33, contact arrival 120.5, good day.
K-20.5, good day to you as well, Jazz 33.
I mean, talking about how bad the FMS is, like if you had to change your arrival or something because of air traffic control or weather change or something, I don't know what I'd do. I think I'd be really pissed. I'd probably just fly it in straight or hand fly it or something.
Two calls at once. First, Jazz 513, descend to 10,000 when ready, and altimeter 29er, 79er.
Channel 10, 10,000, discussion, Jazz 513.
Westjet 431, reduce airspeed 250 knots indicated.
Going to 250 Westjet 431.
Switch this over to knots real quick.
Center hello, Encore 3131, level 250.
Encore 3131, center, good day, landing runway 25, Fort McMurray, ATIS Hotel. Clear direct Lexon on course.
Okay, we'll get hotel direct Lexon on course, Encore 3131.
So we're doing the RNAV. I don't have to set anything up special. Don't need to switch for nav, but your nav radio is here. COM1, COM1, nav1 on this side, COM2, nav2 on that side. So we'll just leave it on there and then hit approach, I guess, when we get down to our initial approach fix. If it fails, then we'll just amplify it. It'll be fine.
Encore 3211, contact arrival 120.5, good day.
20.5 now, Encore 3211, good day.
Let me go into heading select mode because it looks like, because I couldn't really put the waypoints that I wanted to in here because of the FMS, it's going to be like a really acute angle to turn final. So when I get a little bit closer, I will go into heading select for a downwind, and then we'll square it off for a proper base and stuff.
Station 9402, how's the ride there? The ride is operation 9402, it's smooth all the way down. Perfect, thanks.
So the weather radar works. Unfortunately, we missed it.
Finding 52 requesting descent.
Big 985.
Yeah, we're not going to do that.
6,000 cross, move on that 6.
Down 6,000 crosses, level 95856.
18,000, we'll switch it over to, we got 3005. Seatbelts back on.
Clear drift to Yellowknife. Can we go direct to Gadab for Jazz 221? Sure thing, clear direct Gadab. Gadab, Jazz 221, thanks.
So Key West should be here. That is like the Naval Air Station, I forget what it's called. And then Marathon should be somewhere off the left wing.
North Table 1554, center, 550.
Go ahead, switch it over to approach. And tower in Key West is 118.2.
Air Canada 1237, descent 6,000.
6,000, Air Canada 1237.
Bravo PNA, assigned 250, you want to comply with the remainder of the speed?
Sorry, who's that calling?
Delta November Alpha.
Affirmative, just fly with star speed, yeah.
Took off from Daytona. It wasn't a super long flight. It would have been a little bit longer, but like I said, I couldn't even get all the waypoints in that I wanted to, because I don't know how.
WestJet 2755, turn left heading 330, speed 170 knots. Left 330, back to 170 knots, WestJet 2755. Air Canada 973, 170 knots, Genoa, contact tower there.
12,000, start slowing her down.
170 is the no Calvin tower there, Canada 973, good night.
Cool. Looks like you can see some flecks of dust and stuff from the sunlight on the.
Alpha, descend 8,000.
That's pretty cool. 400 go. We'll slow down our vertical speed, 1,000 feet.
Air Canada 1237,
Go ahead and
descend
get our
4,000.
external lights on.
4,000, Air Canada 1237.
We'll go into heading select mode. Bank angle, bank angle. So we're about parallel with the runway right now. See it, should be right there.
Delta November Alpha, contact arrival 124.47.
That is the airport. to mini Puerto Rico. Can't say that I can think of what it looks like off the top of my head.
Jet 2755, left heading 270, intercept, cleared ILS approach, 24 right.
Left 270 for the intercept, cleared the ILS 24 right, west at 2755.
It seems like another one is St. Croix, because it seems like all those islands, the airport is almost always on the south side of the island. Guessing probably if Puerto Rico is in the same ballpark.
Georgia 7246, turn left direct Mayrod.
Mayrod at the time, Georgia 7246.
Maybe we'll get some bumps from these clouds. Watch the wings move around a little bit. So what thrust rating should you put it in? You probably leave it in cruise, right? And then if you have to do a go-round, you'd hit the go-round button, but I don't have a button mapped to that. So, I don't know.
Swift flight 9742, turn left heading 360. 360.
I thought you were going to plan on flying them out there to detail your truck for you. Zyligo, thanks for the follow. Welcome aboard. First time landing this thing, we'll see how we get on. Get some rain out here. So no live rain, live rain, I don't know how to pronounce that. No rain effects, that's a little disappointing.
Traffic site, field site, west at 2755.
They increase our vertical speed a smidge.
Thanks, Russia 2755, recleared visual approach 248.
To the visual approach, 24 right, west at 2755.
Swift flight 9742, descend 4000. 4000, Swift 9242.
We'll go direct interchange at NA. Just reaffirm this up here, execute, get back to nav mode, and that should take us there. We need to be at 1500 feet by then. We'll start slowing it down a bit.
Air Canada 1237, descend 3000.
Minus 480 might do. Although it does feel pretty comfortable to fly. I'm not super worried about that. Double check. Seatbelts are on. All our external lights are on. I think the speed brake is armed. Find out when we touch down.
Georgia 7246, descend 6000.
6000 to 7246.
Also, no idea what flap speeds are, so you can find that real quick. Flap extension 250 knots, easy. We'll go and do flaps 9. That gives you a caution light for everything.
WestJet 2755, maintain the speed 170 knots to NOAA, and contact tower there, 118.35.
170 NOAA, 1835 there, WestJet, descend that.
Go and switch it over to tower 2. And ground control 121.9. Gear extension, I think it's at 250 knots, isn't it? Landing gear operation, 250 knots. That is pretty crazy.
Charlie Foxtrot, Charlie Delta Echo, on tower climb and maintain 3,000 feet only, initial heading 180 degrees, line up runway 23. So climb and maintain 3,000 only and heading 180, Charlie Delta Echo. Nine, course of VG 16. Affirmative, ready.
And we'll go ahead and arm the approach and see what happens. 200 feet to go.
With the approaching Carrick. 7625 per hour, cross turbulence 787 traffic, short final, wind, calm, clear to land, runway 24 left. Good line 24 left, 7625.
So it's either the localizer, glide slope, well the glide slope at least is there on the right arm.
Departure 1288. Flight 8 to 1806, nice day.
Yeah, even if the GPWS starts going off, I don't know where that alarm is.
Canada 411 exit Delta 4 and cross runway 24 right. Delta 4 clear to cross 4 right here, Canada.
Well, you know how I do.
Charlie Delta Echo, cross turbulence 767, departed ahead, wind calm, clear takeoff, runway 23. Clear for takeoff, Charlie Delta Echo, we check.
Everything's fine.
Compass 5696, the Challenger ahead will be turning left, wind calm, clear takeoff, runway 23. We take off runway 23, Compass 5696.
But I gotta make sure everything's set up nice and well, because it's the first time I've landed this thing. I don't want to do a Dutch landing. I'm pretty sure our VREF for landing was, I'm going to see that performance, 135, flaps 45, which is what I've got in the MCP there.
Virgin 7294 tower, initial heading 180 degrees, line up runway 23. Okay, initial heading 180.
As you should be.
Charlie Delta Echo, contact departure 1288. Good departure, Charlie Delta Echo today. Okay.
Still not seeing the glide slope coming in here.
American 1157 tower, line up runway 23.
Line up to 3 Canada, given 57.
2696, contact departure 1280.
28.8.
Alright, so we should get the glide slope at the next waypoint, I'm guessing.
ERJ 794 tower, continue number 1 traffic to depart winds calm.
Continue 23, ERJ 794.
There's flaps full, I think. Yes. And we don't appear to be descending. Oh, probably need to. I forgot to decrease the altitude now, so we'll go ahead and fly this ourselves. My bad.
Roger, can 17, no delay down, exit left on Bravo. Left on Bravo, and left. Virgin 7294, thanks, contact departure 180. 120 decimal 8, George 7294.
Wow, that's loud.
625, contact ground 219.
Ground 29, Maple 765.
ERJ 794, wind calm, clear takeoff, runway 23. Air Canada 452, wind calm, clear takeoff, runway 23.
For takeoff 53, Air Canada 452.
100.
Air Canada 7, get the person back to their seat.
Hey, from Air Canada 757, it's all sorted out. Thank you for that.
Roger, Air Canada 7, line up runway 23.
Sign up to 3, Air Canada 7.
A little off the center line, but okay. The real question is, the ground spoilers come out. Let's see. They do not appear to have done so.
Canada 452, contact departure 120.
That was a little scary. That was sketch. I forgot to roll the altitude down, and we were on a VNAV, not an ILS, so the glide slope. That's why it wasn't coming in. I'm sorry. We made it in one piece, in spite of everything. Yeah, it is. It feels weird because the plane is kind of angled down, and I typically set my view looking down a little bit. I think this is the default. That's a hard no, fam. Thank you, Finn. Thanks for hanging out. Go ahead and get the APU ready to go. And turn these guys off. So, taxi light. Oh, not you. And the strobe can come off.
Towers Bravo, November Sierra, over QRX for 24 left.
Oscar Bravo, November Sierra, tower, wind calm, clear to lines, runway 24 left.
Clear land, 24 left.
start the APU and we'll go park it over next to that CRJ. It is, I am used to skyscraper viewpoints. I do like the seats to be a little bit higher.
Okay, left Alpha Kilo, manage to get 27, 714.
That's kind of ridiculous, though. I mean, that's a little low. What are you cautioning me about? There's nothing on the ECAS but lights flashing at me. What did I do? Bleeds? See if that was it. Yes. How's parking work here? Oh, easy enough.
Onboard 3470.
Take the first one.
Ground, 121.9. 219, onboard 3470.
I'm always cautious. That's why I do 100 nautical mile final approaches. Deutsch knows. Are we in RJ or CRJ? Let's go with the RJ.
Ground onboard 3470, Bravo, short of Bravo.
And I'm guessing we can just...
Bravo, Delta, cross.
Alright, AP, let's just see what happens when we
Bravo,
stop
Delta,
this.
cross 33 right onboard 3470.
Did that stop the engines? Yes, they did. We did it, guys. That was a successful... Let's see what the replay looked like. How about that?
Maple 7650, no.
So I wonder how you're supposed to arm the ground spoilers. At least the reversers worked. That's kind of cool. Wayne's World view. Yeah, the reversers sounded really good. Now just imagine how cool that would have looked if the ground spoilers had deployed. One more.
Okay, Kennedy, he's wanting to Delta 4 and cross runway 248. Delta 4 and we'll cross 24 right and 81.
Hey, there's a crosswind. It blew me off the center line. That's what happened. What was the... I forgot what the landing rate was. Also felt like the VREF speed that was in there was way off. It said 135, and that definitely was not it. I was like well below 130, 120s when we touched down.
Comp, so takeoff runway 23. Takeoff runway 23, Maple 7655.
The yellow slats, I'm not sure.
Georgia 7317 tower line up runway 23. Up 23.
Closer look at him. I noticed that the Premier 1 has something kind of similar. I'm not sure what those are for. Good looking plane though. See how the engine shutdown noises are. Vortex generator? I don't know. The ERJ-XR has winglets, and I believe it also has those little structures on the end. Seriously, it's a really good looking plane, and it sounds good and handles well. I wish it had a better FMC. I think I would be much happier with this airplane. Yeah, I've never seen other than the Premier 1, I've never seen anything like that on another plane. All right, give me a good engine shutdown noise. Nope, that's a 1 out of 10 for me. I gotta. Probably turn off those beacons.
1709, monitor 11835 tower.
Beacon, we will see ya. Guys, thanks for hanging out. I don't know what my thoughts are on this plane yet. If I could figure out how to work the FMS competently, I think I would be a lot more satisfied. Because everything else kind of works okay. The meme stuff I can take or leave, but it's not really a game breaker. Actually, now that we're on the ground, here I'll show you what it does.
15245, going to change the route. Turn right at Sierra.
Look at this
33 right to Alpha Juliet.
BS.
Sierra crossing 33 right, then Alpha Juliet 15245.
Now you are a carrot. Hope you're happy. Couldn't stop laughing was when I made this. Now go and share screenshots of your carrot online. Please tag Xcraft post. I want to see how many people find this, but until the button is, let them find it for themselves. I hate you. Guys, we'll leave it there. Spam some see-yas in chats. There we go. See ya! Boys, talk to you later. Have a good one.